So we're going to do a quick tutorial on the Isometric Dungeon Designer. So hopefully you will be able to make some cool maps as well. But first, I'd like to draw your attention to my Fantasy Foes Pack 1, which is available on Roll20 and DriveThruRPG right now, for those tokens you want to use when you're on these isometric maps. So go ahead and close those, and we will make a new document. I've been using 6000 by 6000 at 72 DPI for these maps, which I usually scale down before I put up to about 3000 pixels wide. Alright, as you can see, I've got my atlas here of all my pieces, so I can easily grab and drag them into my new window. And what I usually do is I put in an isometric grid, which I will include in the downloadable contents for the pack, so you can, use that pretty easily. I should mention I'm using Photoshop CC. You might not have that or have an older version. I'm not really sure how those work, but anything with robust layer support should be fine for this. You definitely want to be able to auto-select layers if you're going to be putting it together like this. There will also be, named PNGs as well included, so you can maybe drag and drop those into this window. That'd probably work as well. But the way that I usually work is, so I've got a little sketch in my sketchbook here in front of me of kind of what I'm thinking I want for this. And so then I just start, grabbing these pieces, pulling them over. Usually try to get it lined up on the grid here. I can put it pretty far down here because I've got pretty big ideas for this one. We'll do some lit ones. So I'm hitting Control bracket to move this layer back. So that's a really fast way that I usually, can put these together with that. So I want these to be lit because I want some, cool torches on them. So I'm moving it with my arrow keys right there, just to try and get it into final position. The way I usually do these is I'll, set up all the floors first, and then I'll go back and set up the walls and the doors and everything, and then from there I'll go in and start populating it with like doodads and everything. So I'm kind of thinking a big staircase right here, so we can just like kind of put 3 of these together. Nice handy tip is if you click on, in Photoshop, if you have auto select on up here, you click on the layer. When you drag in a new layer, it will be on top of that layer you clicked. So that helps kind of when you have hundreds of layers like I usually do with these things. It gets kind of confusing, and they're all named layer, so it can get kind of messy. So maybe make it a little bigger. And we'll do one more. So we got a nice big wide staircase, so that you're going to Oblivion. So let's try to get this lined up a little better in the center. And we obviously have some, oops, put it behind. That looks okay. Alright, so I've got a big area up here. So maybe we'll put a few of these together for this area. This is like not a big enough area for what I wanted to do. Oh well, we can always make it bigger, I suppose. We're cutting some stuff off. Some people don't seem to like that on the board. Understandable, I suppose. Alright, we're just going to pop in here and make this a little bit bigger. That's probably fine. So I'll always make the background black in the end. Oh, that was probably too loud. But for now, obviously we don't want to do that. Alright, so we make this. I probably should have used a different one for these. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, well, we'll use a slightly smaller one. So I use those brackets quite a lot when I'm laying this stuff in. So we'll grab another one of these guys. Actually, you know what I could do? It'd be faster. Let's just copy these up. So I'm just holding Alt and dragging, and that makes it copy. It's pretty easy, and you can just pop it behind that layer because it's going to be right above the layer you copied it from. So my idea for this was kind of like a big boss encounter and something I could put together pretty quick for a video that wouldn't take me forever to do. Can we make it even? I think we can make it even. So that would be ideal. I usually don't make these big ass rooms like this, but I'm glad to know that my grid lines up well enough to do that. Or my floor tiles. There we go. So now we got a nice big room. Nice big boss room. Have some massive encounter. So I usually throw all these into a folder. You know, it's just floors to try and keep it organized. It rarely stays organized, but I try to keep it organized. Alright, so now I got my walls. So my idea was to have a bunch of, these giant pillars all around this room. So we'll just go ahead and drop some of these in, maybe around one of these big walls. We'll do this guy. A few of these guys. It'll look better when you change the background to black. And kind of makes it merge together a little bit better. That's not really centered, so you can just hold shift and click and select multiple objects at once. Kind of move them where you want them. I'm sure it's probably a little off because I'm selecting multiples. I think that's pretty close to what I want, so that's fine. Get over here, what do we got? We got a 6. So I've got all these different sizes of walls. I didn't have these at first. I was like, probably need some more sizes of walls. Alright, so pop that right there. Grab this slightly longer one. We can close this in. Maybe put a window here on this side. maybe a torch on the other one. Grab this guy from over there. There it is. Nope. And we'll leave that open over there. So grab this real quick. Probably should have just grabbed it from my folder or my atlas over there. Alright, so usually don't close in this kind of stuff. Actually, no, I can make that look a little prettier on the edge there. Grab this little stair step. Put a couple of these around the. So I'm going to transform this and flip it horizontal. So it's going the other way. So it's a quick way to, you know, go in there. Trying to decide if I want to put, I kind of want to put some more walls there. Do I want to put another room? I want to make it the big epic battle room, so maybe not. Well, so down here I wanted to bring, do like a staircase coming in. We can take some pillars. Quick pillars. Let's see. What we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got an 8 wall. You can stick right there. You don't want to overlap that floor because it just makes all kinds of annoying issues. Grab that, then we grab the big long wall. So, oh, there we go. Just the right size. And we'll, put some doodads on there real quick. Some more of these torch guys. Maybe a window on the wall over here. It's probably good. And we want to grab this and put it on the other side. And we'll probably leave that side open. But I have a nice doodad for that. Or we could do the pillar, or this. I think I'll try this because I haven't done these before. So that might not look right on that dark edge from the lit. We might just leave that open. Here's my banister. How's that look? It's a little light. One of these days I'll just draw a whole map, manually, and then I can color it and make it look all nice and smooth. But when you're dealing with this kind of modular stuff, it's a little different. We can put it on this bottom though. That'll work. So I've got this nice banister here. I'm doing this in my walls layer, of course, so you don't want to do that. So we'll just grab all these and throw them into a. So we got walls. And we got this guy. Oopsie. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to select some of that tiny stuff. So you want to move that back. Where does this get put in at? There we go. Alright, so I got that. Now I usually, like copy this over a few times. I can grab a few at once and copy multiples. have room for one more. At least one more. Alright, well, we'll select something else so it clears the selection, because it kind of gets funky sometimes. Alright, so we got a nice banister there, and we'll just go up on the other side too, I guess. Oh, I never put that torch there. I got it kind of close on the other side, yeah. So some of these things are supposed to have dynamic lighting, so that should be pretty cool. That'd make these look real fancy. I wonder if I can put something in there to make that seem like bigger. More of these pillars, maybe. I don't know. Probably put some more pillars on the outside edge over here. That'd probably look neat. First, let's finish this thing real quick. So I'm going to grab most of these, copy them over, flip them. You got the other side. Alright, so now we got that banister done. We can put maybe some pillars in those corners. Not the wall pillars, like the doodad pillar. Alright, so let me go back to my... Oh, wrong file. Alright, so we'll get some big pillar? Big pillar's fine. Do big pillar. Let me put this over here too. So we got pillars. Now we want, these braziers. Is usually what I use in these lit spots, or the torch or the candelabra works too. So, oh boy, that's going to be covering it. It's not super ideal, but whatever. Put a grate over here. Kind of want to do some more of these like short wall things on these spots where you don't actually get a wall. So maybe I'll Dungeon Designer 2.0 DLC. Another whole mess of doodads and walls and stuff for making different kinds of dungeons. Alright, well, let's try to move this along. So I'll post this as a time lapse too, so people don't have to listen to me being really annoying. Let's see, what do we want to do for this wall? Can do some arches, coming in. A couple big doors. That might be too big. Can't put two. Could put one and a couple small ones. Might be kind of neat. Doesn't exactly fit totally right. Let's see how it looks on the other side. That's kind of maybe a little too off. No, we're not going to do that. That looks kind of dumb. We could do the one. Oh my god, that's way too loud. Oh no. We can put torches on the outside of it. Move it down a little bit just so it kind of fits in that space a little bit better. Alright, so got the big walkway up. Now I want to do more of these pillars up here. Since these pillars are super cool. I like some of my favorite things I made for this. Definitely going to be more pillars like that. Those are neat. Actually, we're going to do... I will do these windows. Actually, well, yeah, the windows. The window one. So we'll do that. We'll do another pillar. Another window. Oh, God, I can use the arrow keys. Pillar. We'll just, keep doing that. Alright, so we got, lots of pillars. Big and epic arena kind of deal. And we'll just put, we'll do the fancy pillar. We'll do one of the other pillars real quick. Okay, so we'll have one of these. Over here, we might have some more of those in the middle of the room, too. So it makes this think it's real tall. Maybe we can hide some of these. We'll do that. We'll do that pillar. That's a cool pillar. Put some on this guy right here. Put them at the edges so it's easier for me to see. Alright, so we got the demon throne right here, because there's a demon monster, demon boss, something like that, I don't know. The demon well, gotta have that in there. Actually, no, I kind of want to elevate that too. This thing. So we'll grab another floor and taking an 8. Yeah, did pretty good dais from this. So we gotta bring this guy forward. Gotta bring this guy forward. Oops, not that guy. Throne. There we go. Alright, so it can be up there, and then it's... Put this down a little bit more. Maybe put some... my stair step guys in here. These things are probably really flexible and useful for lots of things I haven't even figured out myself. But they seem to work pretty good for stairs for now and outer walls. So we're going to keep using them for those for the moment. And get the demon throne here. You know, it needs some... It clearly needs some torches around it. Oh. I hope you guys can hear that dinging, because it's going to sound really weird if you can't. Alright, so I'm trying to think. You know, we can put some big treasure chests back here for our heroes to get. So I'm going to flip this guy. Flipping is very useful. Because I'm probably would be kind of crazy for me to save all these doodads twice, like the walls. I did it for the walls. I did it basically for user ease or ease of use. But for the doodads, it might get kind of might look a little convoluted in there if there's 2 of everything. All right, so I mean, it looks pretty good. You know, obviously we could use some more doodads everywhere, because, you know, more doodads is always better. Maybe we should drop some wreckage down here. Some debris. Got a few of those. Maybe some broken... It's not even showing everything. Like, I got my broken crates here. Probably have a couple of those. Maybe like a not broken crate. Couple crates there. Maybe, you know, a weapons rack. Right here. You know, got to get loaded up before the fight with the boss. Smash them and get potions. That kind of thing. Maybe I should have made vases. Yeah, we got barrels. Barrels. Perfect. Perfect for smashing. Or rummaging through. Stupid torch. Alright, so we got some barrels, we got some weapon racks. And we can put in a little thingy on the floor here. Some. You're in the real sanctum now. Or something. I don't know. What are we gonna do right here? We put some more. This might be a good spot for some more of these guys. Alright, so got some of those. Well, that's not going to work. I guess I can move it down here. That's fine. Alright, so... I don't know if I need it on this side. Maybe we'll throw some more rubble up here. Oops. Well, see, that's what happens when you have this many layers. So we're going to make sure we're on one of the topmost layers when we pull these in. Otherwise, we're going to like lose our items. We're just going to be lost in the mess of layers. Oh yeah, I was totally going to put one of these demon altars in there too. So put that in front of the demon portal there. Maybe have a wizard, something there. Summoning. I'm going to put some of these grates in. I think these things look kind of neat. Kind of got the idea from the Leoric's mansion in Diablo 3. Paintings? I don't think we need paintings. That's just going to make the video take longer. Alright, well. That's pretty serviceable. You got a good... you can have like a little skirmish down here and little ransacking. Get some loot. You know, head up. Head up through here and get ready for the confrontation with the big bad. So we can put my rug underneath the throne, I suppose, or in front of the throne. Whoops, not that way. Whoops. There we go. What else could we put in? I mean, he could always have pews, you know, something like that. It's doing the evil. Some pews facing the big bad up there. Some seating here. That's probably fine. All right, there we go. I kind of want to put a mimic in here. I mean, the mimic is kind of silly to put in on the map. For you guys, obviously, you would probably use that, you know, as a PNG you pull in, like your game when they try to open the chest. But it's super fun. It's got that big red tongue. Put a trap down here. Yeah, we put a couple spike pits in. These would be PNGs you'd want to pull in when you're playing, instead of obviously when you're building, like I am. You know what? This is probably better. Well, here we go. In front of the loot. You'd reveal that on your GM layer or whatever. I mean, my GM has done that to me several times. So yeah, that's about it. So I can get these out of the way. We've got our whole dungeon here. Our quick boss confrontation dungeon. There's a lot of flexibility with the pieces. You can put them together in all sorts of different ways I don't even know about yet. So we will go down here to above the isometric grid and do a quick fill of black. And then, you've got that kind of that Diablo look then. So we'll go save. Maps. What should we call this? Big Bad. Big Boss. Room. Sure. And then I usually save this out as a smaller file so I can post it. Usually about half this size, so you could probably do like 4,000. This seems to work fine for scaling it into Roll20. You can obviously experiment if you need a smaller file size, but I don't know why you would. Nope, that's the wrong folder. Alright, yeah, there we go. Alright, I hope you will consider picking up this tile set, because if you do, I can make more tile sets of different things. I'll probably do some kind of poll to see maybe what the communities are thinking would be good for the next tile set. I've heard caves. I've thought about outdoor ruins. I kind of have that already mocked up, so we might go with that next. Also, if you're looking for enemies, I will include my Fantasy Foes pack in the description.